Hey everyone, it's Jessica with a recap video for you for the month of March 2025. I think there's 10 or so layouts here. It's kind of thick. But yeah, this is what I did for March. I also did some travel notebook pages and some 52 faves and a couple other things. So this one here is the most recent that I just posted the other day. It has a Color Cast Designs acrylic title from this most recent release, and we've got lots of art and creative studios goodies on here, and we've got some simple stories, simple vintage lakeside, we've got some 49 and Market on here, so all kinds of things going on. There is a process video for this one, and I used a sketch by Natalie Dill from 30 Days of Sketches for this one. This one here has some flair by Scrap and Happy Studio and features 49 and Market's new Starlight Dreams collection. I've used it for some baby photos of my little guy. This is my middle child when he was just starting to eat solid food. And lots of die cutting on this one. Hi! Lots of die cutting on this one with some star dies from Paper Rose Studio and I believe Ellie's Studio were the other stars that I used. And then this one was for cherry challenges. There's a process video on all these, and this one was for cherry challenge on the 15th of the month. A couple of my scrappy friends and I play along with either the same challenge from the Cherry on Top message boards every month, or we sometimes pick our own, and sometimes we make up our own challenge. So this one was a challenge made up by Natalie, and it was to love your letters. So the challenge was to do something extra with your letters via your alpha dies or anything like that. So I have some alphabet dies in my stash from a Cherry on Top, and I chose to do some ink blending on them and give them an ombre effect, and then I did some doodling on them as well. You can see I've scrapped a nice photo of one of our cows, and we call her Trailer Trash. There's a whole story, it's a whole big thing, but there is a process video on that one if you want to check it out. This one here was for ThermaWeb. I have recently fallen in love with foil dipped titles. So what I did was I made this cut file that says farm, because I wanted my title to say farm raised, and the farm bit here I did some ink blending here, and then I also did some foiling on the bottom. So I have a whole process showing you how I created that, and then the rest of this is a Vicky Bouton pre-made mixed media background, which yes, I cheated and used a pre-made mixed media background, and I'm scrapping a photo of my son on this one as well, and use some Hey Little Magpie dies. This one's by Bramble Fox, I think. Some clouds from a Not Just for Boys Kit Club kit, some 49 Market on this one. So all the goodies on this one. I pulled out all the stops, I guess. And these next two, I believe, yeah, two, I did for Creative Scrapbooker magazine. And again, if you guys want to, I usually say this in all my videos, but if you want to screenshot any of these, feel free to pause the video. I'm trying to keep my hands off of the layouts so that you have a clear shot of them. If you want to screenshot any of these for ideas to save later, feel free to do that. You're always welcome to scraplift me anytime. That's why I post these videos, to inspire other people to create something as well. So these next two here I did for Creative Scrapbooker magazine. So the videos are not on my channel. They are on Creative Scrapbooker Magazine's YouTube and Facebook also, I believe. And this one I used some Pear Tree Cut Files goodies on, such as the construction acrylic and the little, these are canvas flare. And I featured the Echo Park line on this one. Little Builder, I think it's called Little Builder. So I just basically cut these little scalloped pieces off and kind of pop them up off my page and sew down the middles of them with my machine, my sewing machine. And then I grabbed, these are some little word phrases from Cocoa Vanilla Studio that I had left over from one of those collections, and some little gears here from my stash. I also had some little gear dies that I ran through my manual die cutting machine, and then I did some stamping and also some splattering on this one. So that one was really fun. This one was a really fun one to do also. I really used Pretty Little Studio pretty heavily on this one, on the You Are My Sunshine collection, and I did machine stitching on this one as well. I just focused on these little scallops that I cut out with some various pattern papers from that line, with a die and my manual die cutting machine again. And then I just scrapped a couple photos of my baby girl here from last spring. And I know that these are spring photos, but this was too cute to not use. It says every summer has a story, but you know what? It was just so cute and I had to use it. It went perfectly with this layout, and I thought, you know what? It was leading into summer, so I figure it still counts, right? And then this one, I think actually the next two are for Shimmers design team. This one has a ColorCast Designs acrylic piece for my title that says Good Times. I used some nice shimmers in the background to create that, as well as some stamping on top of there. And then I used this really cool little sunglasses kind of cut file. I was dying to use that cut file. It was from one of the monthly subscriber kits with Shimmers, and I just loved the cut file and could not wait to use it. So I backed it with some vellum there, created some layers, layered up my photos, and that's how this one came together. There is a process video on this one as well. I think every one of these layouts in this video today have process videos, except those two for Creative Scrapbooker Magazine are both on their channel. They're not on mine. This one was for Shimmers as well. I also threw in some little Pink Fresh Studio. They're like little dewdrop things, but they're really cute and shimmery, kind of have an ombre effect. I used another cut file. This is my favorite Sun cut file by Cut to You. So I used that on this one, along with some Hip Kit Club goodies. These little word phrases and tape is by Simple Stories, I believe. And the little camera from, I think that's from the Safe Travels collection. And then little Hip Kit goodies here. I kind of just like mixed everything together. So I had some Simple Stories, I had some Hip Kit, and I mixed all those together. And then I created this nice like sunset kind of background with Shimmers paints. And I wanted it to kind of mimic this sunshine or the sunset in my photo. And then these are the Luna Alphas by Bella Boulevard, which I just love. And speaking of love, this one says love, love, love. This is a cut file by Cherry on Top. It's in the Cherry shop. And I just thought it was perfect. As soon as I saw this, I thought, I'm going to put photos in all those hearts. I'm going to cut it out 3 times. I'm going to put photos in there. And this one was actually for the Cherry on Top monthly YouTube hop. So this was for March 1st. And the theme for this one was clean and simple, which sometimes I struggle with because I love to embellish, and I love to embellish a lot. So more is always more in my case. I just got my nails done today too. I know, ADHD squirrel moment there for a second, but aren't they cute? But anyway, yeah, clean and simple is hard for me at times, so I really have to tell myself to stop. So what I did just to add a little something to my cut file was I backed it with vellum, and then I also did some machine stitching on just little sections and pieces of my cut files. So it just gives it a little pop of texture, but it still kept that clean and simple kind of theme because it's just white on white. So it's not like it's throwing a bunch of color in your face or anything extra. Another thing that I did was I stuck with kind of a monochrome theme or monochrome layout. I pulled out the Terracotta collection by 49 and Market and used little butterflies and just little bows and things to embellish. I did a little rub on over here, and then I used some sequins by Catherine Puller on this one to just kind of finish that one off. And then last but not least, this is another one for 30 Days of Sketches. This was actually my sketch design. I think it was day 2 in March for 30 Days of Sketches. And you can still play along with those sketches at any time. So if you need inspiration and you like to use sketches to inspire you, head on over to that Facebook group. Christy does an amazing job organizing about 3 times a year. She does that 30 Days of Sketches in her group, and it's just amazing. And there's so many wonderful and inspiring sketches in there. So lots of good things to get you going, basically. So this one I think was day 2. It was my sketch, and I created 3 little kind of columns there with some color. I had some mixed media in the background. Again, I pulled out a pre-made Vicky Bouton mixed media background for this one because it was just too perfect not to use. It just kind of went exactly with the vision that I already had in mind for this layout design. and it was already done for me. I loved the gold and how it splattered this way, and it was just perfect. So I used a photo of my boys on their bikes while we were camping and pulled out some, I think this is the Let's Go collection by Simple Stories. And again, another acrylic piece by Color Cast Designs. And then this cute little bicycle. It's actually a stamp set by Catherine Puller, I believe. And I don't have it here beside me, but I think it's Catherine Puller. But it's all separate pieces, so you can kind of build your bike. And it was just too good to be true for this layout. So it comes with the dies, the coordinating dies too. You have to buy them separate, but it does come with them if you would like to purchase those as well. Cherry on Top did have those in stock. If they still have them, you can still grab them from the shop using my link below. I'll try to remember to pop my affiliate links in the description below for you in case you want to grab anything from any of my affiliate places. So this is the last one for the month of March. I have a lot of things planned for April. I'm actually going to a crop soon, so I will be working on all kinds of things at that crop, and I have so much stuff that I want to do, so many ideas that are in my brain, and I just need to get out onto paper. So lots of fun and cool things coming. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. I hope that this has inspired you to get creative and just get to your scrappy place and get creating something, you know. Each and every day, whenever I create something, I try to create something every day. It really helps ground me, and it's kind of like my therapy. So I always tell people that that kind of helps to ground you when you can just kind of sit down and just let that creative energy flow and get these things out of your mind and your brain and just get creative, just have some fun with something. So I hope this has inspired you, and I will have lots of good things coming for the month of April. So thank you guys so much for being here. And as always, have a great day. Bye-bye.